I made this cup, by the way. I made this cup. Well, I didn't physically make the cup, but I painted that. It's a larynx. Do you like it? I thought it was good. Anyway, that's how you know vocals take over your life, when you paint vocal stuff on cups. Hello wonderful humans of the internet, how are we? My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I am a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstVocals.com. You can also find me on Patreon and various other social media platforms, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. Very patriotic for a country I don't even live in. Now if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special roles on my Discord server, and you have access to all sorts of bonus content like my Vocal Anatomy 101 series, so consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Now I have done only a couple of these videos where the performance is just a wee bit, just a little strange. And I want to make a little series of it, so I asked for suggestions and somebody suggested Fergie singing the national anthem. An absolute classic of the genre. I've not listened to this in years. Yeah, years. So we are, how long ago was it? The actual video was uploaded 5 years ago. So it's at least 5 years old. I've not listened to it in 4 of them, maybe. So there might be things that take me by surprise, but this performance is kind of ingrained into my memory. So let's just go and see what happened.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
Okay, right. So I forgot how strange this is. Fergie has got quite a unique voice in and of itself. So we'll start there. The tone of her voice is raspy and nasal and forceful. So all those things together already, you know, you're like, that's Fergie's voice. She's trying to take her voice in loads of different directions here. So the start, she's gone so breathy that she's almost kind of under the note or over the note, depending on which part of the phrase she's on, because she's doing these scoops, but they feel really almost delayed. And then she's spinning into this like chewy kind of sound. So yeah, already we're off to a strange start, but I know it goes other places. Let's keep going.
What's so proudly wave?
That proudly way out. There's just so much going on. This would suit a jazzy kind of style, but it's like she's almost possessed by every jazz singer there ever was, and they are all fighting to take the limelight here. It's bizarre. There's so many voices in that woman. It's insane. Okay.
At the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
Now see, that bit of star would have been really nice if she just held the stars, but she dropped her jaw and then went super airy. Stars, which kind of just makes everything fall off the end. It's more of a case of discipline here. Like, she just won't leave phrases as is. Everything has to be kind of Fergified, if that makes sense. And they really don't need to be Fergified. Fergie's voice on its own would make this quite unique. Anyway.
Through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched.
see, now, people are starting to kind of think, right, okay, this is very odd. And you can see it kind of taking over everyone. They're trying to stay deadly serious. It's a bit like watching somebody do like a Fozzy performance at like a wedding, a really serious wedding, and somebody just comes out like, huh, huh. You kind of look on in a wee bit like, it's like surreal. Anyway, that really pressed nasal sound on Ramparts is the Fergie that I kind of know. It's like that little breakdown in Boom Boom Pow, you know, all the people in the place. She really likes to press nasally into that kind of sound and push as much like twang out of her voice as possible, which is great in certain situations. I don't think Fergie's got a bad voice at all. I think she's got a really, really good voice. This is just too much of everything.
We're so gallantly streaming in the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave through the night. That our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star spangled?
I forgot that happened. Oh no. Who suggested this and why? Right. So I was going to say her larynx height comes into play quite a lot here. It changes the character of her voice. If you have a high placed larynx, you've got a brighter sound. If you take your larynx down, you've got a lower placed sound. And what she's doing is on her low note, she's dropping her larynx crazy low so that she sounds like she's really plumbing the depths of her range, whereas really it's a regular pitch on a really dropped larynx. It just makes it sound super low. And then she's bringing it up into a higher larynx on her higher notes, so it makes her range, which is sitting between here, feel like this. The pushing on this is just so much that I feel like it's almost causing a little bit of constriction, so it's actually closing off the larynx more than it needs, than is good for a healthy vocal. He talks about healthy vocals as he's like choking to death. But yeah, if you push far too much, the body reads all of that effort as tension, and when it reads tension, it wants to protect itself, and it protects itself by closing down. So your larynx is going to want to close it off, and then you're going to find it harder to make these bigger sounds happen. The way that she should have, or that I would recommend her to go, is to release on those top notes, to kind of relax on them, and not worry so much about it being so twangy and pushed, because all you're doing is encouraging a lot more tension into play. Okay, wow. I remember his face, just like desperately trying to keep it, and then he loses it. I love it. And then, yeah, okay. Again, it just boils down to pulling every single thing that you can do out of your voice at once in such a short space of time, in such a short phrase. The larynx is dropping, the diction's getting lazy, the tongue's dropping. It's going from one extreme to another too quickly. It's not allowing people to go on a ride with you. At not one point has there been like a settled part of this song. When you feel like it's going to happen, she does some weird curveball and you're like, oh, okay, I wasn't expecting that. You literally can't sit at peace with this. Just wild.
For the land of the free.
Now that was super twangy, but it was actually really good, really sustained, very, very on pitch, and it stayed. That's the most joyous part of it the whole way through, in my opinion. Even though it was the most twangy, which will sound super intense to your ear because of the frequency that your epiglottis creating that little condensed airflow causes. It'll make it sound super, super loud, but that'll be really easy for her because she's got a twangy voice. Yeah, nice.
And the home of the
Let's play some basketball. Yeah, let's do that. Wow, okay. Again, just the absolute gamut of her voice in one place. It was breathy, then it was nasal, then it was twangy, then it was belty, then it was airy. Just everything. One thing I will say in Fergie's defence is that the national anthem seems to have become this absolute battleground for singers. Like, they have got to switch it up, they've got to change it, they've got to put it in the highest key possible, they have to add 25,000 runs in there, they have to have the most sustained note, it has to go on for 35 seconds sustained and vibrato, and then not, and then add it back on again. The national anthem has become this kind of beast, and I feel like Fergie was like, well, my voice can do a lot, I'm going to show you. And it just, I mean, she did show us. She showed us. The only advice I would give to Fergie here, not that she'd want to take it because it was 5 years ago and she's a world-class singer, would just be to sing it plain. Just sing the song as it's written and let your voice, your natural, unique tone do the talking. You don't need all the bells and whistles. And yeah, I hope that wasn't too harsh, but that is one hell of a unique performance. Whew. So I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me. And how are we going to buy this one? I'm not too sure. So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and if you subscribe to me, then I will call you a babe. I will call you a babe because you're a babe. Bye, babe.